We are Nicki and Carlo, and our family live in Positano, Italy, nearly 500 steps from the road, but surrounded by fruit and olive trees and with a fabulous view. Our garden overlooks the sea and we grow our own food. We show you what life is really like on the Amalfi Coast. So please subscribe and welcome to the Positano Diaries. October is here and the town is still busier than usual. The roads are hard to navigate with all the tourist traffic. The restaurants are full. Every morning I get up early and tell myself I'll run down to the beach before it gets busy, have breakfast at the bar with Elizabeth and watch the first boat excursions leave. But I never quite manage to be ready in time. Early morning dog walks followed by feeding time, household chores and getting myself together, and suddenly it's mid-morning already. But October is the time for the most beautiful sunrises and sunsets. It's worth making the effort to get up early and see them. I'll try harder next week. Sometimes it amazes me how much time and energy it takes to run such a small household. There's always something to do. We don't have cleaners or gardeners, cooks or assistants, and often it feels like a never-ending circle of cooking, feeding, cleaning, squeezed in around work, filming, editing and admin. It's important to find moments of me time amongst all the busyness. 20 minutes in the morning to play with skincare and makeup, a vase of freshly cut flowers from the garden, half an hour with a book on my Kindle to read, which I actually end up usually falling asleep, but nevertheless, just a little bit of me time throughout the day keeps me going. Carlo is out clearing some of our neighbour's land this morning. He hasn't had a drink since breakfast time, so I'm just going to fill this up and see if I can find him, take him a drink. We were doing the dog walks, as you may have seen last week, in the olive groves, but they've actually unrolled all the nets because they have got to gather the olives to make olive oil. So we can't actually walk through there anymore, so we're now walking in a different part of their land. Where? Should we go and find Indy? Is she gone with Daddy? Is she gone exploring with Daddy? Come on. Carlo's cut some steps into the earth here because it was very, very steep. It's much better now. Good gal. We have this beautiful little woodland bit to walk through, and it's full of cyclamen flowers at the moment. And in the summer, this bit was obviously lovely and cool. And then we come out into the abandoned olive groves. Doing a wee-wee. This was all very overgrown, so now we have a nice clear pathway to walk along. More old steps. There he is. And the view from here is rather lovely.
Ecco la mia aiutante, mi sta portando l'acqua. E attenzione!
You think this is an actual original pathway?
Sì, che è un sentiero originale.
So this we think is an original old pathway that has been basically forgotten about and abandoned for centuries, because there's actual steps here, rock steps. A little bit scary, but I won't look that way.
Grazie amore. Hello Olipoo. Com'è felice di vedermi.
Okay, I'm going to leave him to it. I'm going to go back home and get on with some editing and see him for lunch. What's happening?
Mi ha chiamato Michele, il nostro vicino, e mi ha chiesto se andavo a dare una piccola mano con raccogliere l'uva per la vendemmia.
Ok.
Adesso ci vado.
Ok, I'll see you later then. Bye.
Ok, a dopo. Non è facile orientarsi in questi giardini, è tutto un sali-scendi. Da un punto di vista è divertente, che sembra come un parco giochi, e qua capisco di più mio padre. Se volete sapere come mai l'uva è così bella, adesso ve lo faccio vedere. Ecco qua, a big e puzzolente e pu. Il terreno è molto ben concimato. Ok, basta filmare. Adesso magari è arrivato il momento di dare una mano anziché fargli perdere tempo a Michele. Michele, ma quanti litri di vini riesci a fare?
Sui 300 litri.
300 litri. Ma mischiato bianco e rosso?
No, separato. 200 bianco e 200 rosso.
Alla fine maggiormente te lo bevi tu, giusto?
Certamente.
Allora, come funziona questo argano? È molto semplice. Là c'è un motore che tira questo filo qui. Tirando questo filo, questo sale ovviamente. Adesso vi faccio vedere con la forza di Superman che ho. Però se si vuole farlo scendere in un punto preciso, che cosa succede? Vicino a questa fune c'è un gancio. Ecco, avete visto? Mettendo quel gancio è sceso in un punto preciso, perché ci sono diversi livelli di giardino e chiaramente se ci serve di mandare la cassetta o di prendere la cassetta in quel preciso punto si fa così. Clever Michele! Per macinare l'uva.
We've already made a video on the whole process of making the wine from start to finish, so I'll link that video here if you want to go and watch it. So this morning we are about to go out for a hike. We've just left home, but we can't actually get up the steps this morning because it's olive harvest time. It's going to be fun.
Oh wow, che belle olive! Attenta a non schiacciare le olive.
No, vabbè.
È ancora troppo presto per schiacciarle.
Sulla scala. Oh. È atletica, dai, Nicki.
Poi Michele,
Michele, dove sta là?
stanno a scala, non hai visto?
No, non l'ho visto. So the sheep have now been moved from these fields to the lower fields, which presumably will mean that they're going to be unravelling all of these nets to catch all of the olives. Good girl! You're not interested in sticks, eh?
No. Vieni qua, amore di papà. Ma tu mi si sveglia? Anche tu, certo. Tu sei la preferita.
I do get asked every now and again why I don't often wear my hair up like this. And I've tried this morning. I can't deal with it anymore. It hurts. It hurts the top of my head. And I don't think I've got sensitive head, because you could literally hang me by my hair and that wouldn't hurt, but I just can't wear it up. It's better.
Non c'è bisogno di far volare il drone qua, è bellissimo anche da qui, davvero stupendo.
It's better. Indy, what's up here? Indy, look, remember this? As you can see, this little water reservoir is very, very green, and the first time I brought Indy up here, she didn't know it was water and she tried to walk on it. She sunk. She popped straight back up again and got a bit of a shock, but I think she actually enjoyed being wet. That was the very first time she was submerged.
This area is called Aquarella, from the Italian word acqua, which means water.
And in fact, you can hear the water dripping down the cliffside and see these stalactites that have been made over the thousands of years. And it's a little bit overgrown here.
Questo passaggio mi fa sembrare un po' come Indiana Jones nella giungla.
This is one of the reasons why we often drill in the fact that you really shouldn't do these pathways in flip-flops or sandals, because they're really not adapted for it and there is quite a bit of climbing to do. It can be slippy.
Sì, hai davvero ragione, amore. Solo che io una volta l'ho fatto con un amico questa strada, con i flip-flop.
And?
No, è andata bene perché io a un certo punto li ho tolti e camminavo a piedi scalzi, perché sai che ho i piedi duri e niente, però non è la cosa giusta da fare per niente. La realtà è che non era previsto questo, ci siamo incontrati in piazza e il mio amico ha detto dai facciamo una camminata al sentiero e io sono andato, non pensando che avevo i flip-flop ai piedi. Uè mamma, buongiorno, come stai? Tanti auguri per la festa dei nonni. Tutto a posto, sì, ci stiamo facendo una camminata in montagna.
Today is National Grandparents' Day, Giornata delle Nonne in Italy. So Carlo is calling his mum because she is a grandmother. He actually calls her pretty much every day. There's an alarm on his phone at 11 o'clock in the morning to call mum. So yes, happy Grandparents' Day to anybody who is a grandparent. Oh, it's a bit prickly here.
Allora, we change the plan and then we go this way. Follow me. Aiuto!
It's amazing to think that just 100 years or so ago, there were no roads on the Amalfi Coast, and these pathways were the original routes to get around. In fact, there's stories of Carlo's grandmother and grandfather walking up and down these pathways every day to get milk or to take coal places, and it was just the main routes for delivery. Now, obviously, as you can see, it's incredibly overgrown and very, very rarely used. But it's nice that they're still here, and it's nice that we can still follow in their footsteps. And people did live up here. I mean, you can see there's a house just there. That one is actually abandoned. There's nobody there now. And that's actually quite a new build. I'm not sure what they were thinking, because it takes about 2 hours to get up to it. But you can still see that there's lands that people look after here. People do still occasionally live up in the middle of the mountains.
Ecco qua, finalmente la strada inizia a scendere di nuovo. Non che non ce la facevo più a salire, ma preferisco scendere onestamente. Lei va vascia, da scraggia, non ci passa nessuno. Allora io ci faccio. Ovviamente che le
We are almost back down in civilization.
Sì, siamo tornati nel mondo civile, che bello.
But I don't think we're going to get home in time for the beginning of the Grand Prix.
Non fa niente, abbiamo fatto una passeggiata, questa era la cosa più importante.
Yeah. We're a little bit squashed, but we got a lift in the fishmonger's truck.
Questo furgone c'ha 3 posti, C'ha 3 posti. Abbiamo perso 5 minuti, ma che cazzo ci fai?
What we have learned from this experience is that Carlo is absolutely rubbish at asking for a lift. His cousin drove past in a minivan, empty, and he didn't bother asking for a lift. So I saw the fishmonger drive past, and I just shouted, "Passaggio!" which means lift, and thankfully he stopped.
Meno male che c'eri tu, perché Fabio si è fermato per te, non per me, ma a me non mi ha proprio visto. La gara sta per partire, è stata rimandata in un'ora per la pioggia, quindi perfetto per noi.
While Carlo is watching the Grand Prix, I have come round to my neighbours to steal some eggs. Not steal, I have asked permission, and I have permission. They have lots of chickens, they're in here at the moment, and they have lots and lots of eggs at the moment. This one is full of eggs, let's get that out of the way. Wow, yes, they definitely aren't going to miss a few eggs. Thank you, girlies. Thank you very much. Right, let's go home. I'm going to make some lunch. It's going to be a very simple, quick lunch, and this is a recipe that is not traditional from here. This is a recipe that my mum passed to me, and it is tortellini baked in the oven with a tomato and mozzarella sauce. Very, very simple. I'm going to use fresh tomatoes, but you can use canned tomatoes. I'm not making my own tortellini. I haven't got time for that. I have a packet here that I'm going to use. So what you need is some tomatoes or a tin of plum tomatoes, some tortellini, packet of tortellini will do, a mozzarella and some garlic and some Parmesan cheese. That's about it really. So very, very simple. I've cut about a quarter of a tomato and I've already managed to cut my thumb. It's not hurting, it's just bleeding a lot. So I'm going to have to go and try and find a plaster now, but it's right on the tip of my thumb, right by my nail, so that was clever. That's me out of washing up duties for the next couple of days. Right, see if I can cut this tomato without dissecting myself. Hey! I'm just cooking up a very simple tomato sauce here, which you can do just as well with plum tomatoes. I'm just going to mash them a bit so that they're not too lumpy. A little bit of salt in it. And leave that to cook down for a little bit. Now, for a long time I've been talking about my new recipe book that's coming out, and I'm pleased to say it's finally ready. It's taken me so long. So it is a collection of my most used recipes. These are not recipes that I've invented in any way whatsoever. It's just a collection of what we often eat and what we often prepare. So I've gathered them from all sorts of resources. Some of them have come from Carla's parents, some of them have come from friends, some of them I found online, and I've left credit where credit is due. And it's just my go-to recipes. There's a lot of lovely bright photos in there. There's a few little short stories, and it's about 86 pages long. So it is up for sale on my website. I'm going to leave the link below in the description box. Now this is only an ebook, so it's only a digital book. It has not been printed. So when if you purchase it, you will be sent a link where you can download it, but you've only got 24 hours to download it. So once you've paid, you get an email, click onto that and download the ebook. If you wanted to print off just the recipes, I've actually written on the website which pages you need to print. So I've kept all the recipes at the very beginning of the book, so you can just print off like whatever it is, let's say page 5 to 57 or whatever it is, and then you don't need to print off all the photos and stories as well. So I've tried to make it as easy as possible. So that's that. Anyhow, back to this. So this is very, very simple. All you really have to do is cook the sauce, cook the tortellini, which never really take very long. In fact, these ones say 3 minutes. So cook them for about 2 minutes, mix everything together, stick it in the oven for 25 minutes, and you're done. Now we have wasps.
Sono più di uno. Poi la ammazzo.
Non provare a ammazzare la vespa.
Perché?
Pour half of them into an oven-proof dish. Mozzarella abbondante. Pour in the rest. Top it with some grated Parmesan cheese. And a sprig of basil. Stick it in the oven for about 20 minutes.
Ho visto i cerotti fuori di là, non è che ti sei già... Oh!
Cutting tomatoes.
E i pomodori? Vabbè, verrà la salsa, verrà più saporita e più rossa. Vieni qua, piccolina.
So this book that I've done, I'm really pleased with it. It took me ages to put together because obviously when you're doing a recipe book, you obviously have to make every single recipe, and sometimes you don't have the ingredients. So sometimes you have to wait or go to the shops and get the ingredients and then cook it and take photos of it. And sometimes I'd forget, so I'd go and get all the ingredients, get back home, cook it, and then we'd eat it all. And I'd forget to take the photos for the book, which is just so stupid, but so classically me. So yeah, it took me ages to get it done. And in fact, there's lots of photos with Lily in them as well, because she was still around when I was doing it. We managed to squeeze Indy into the very end. It was like the last couple of things was she's there. So all of the animals feature in it as well. And I'm really pleased with it. I think it's a nice little recipe collection. It's just something fun that I did. That is the finished thing. Baked tortellini. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Now I've just got to find Carlo.
Okay.
There we go. Come sit down.
No, voglio capire che cosa succede oggi.
Stella mi ha mandato un messaggio, ha detto che vuole che io scendo con Indy alle 4 per incontrare lei fuori lavoro, che lei vuole fare